Glenn from Endless Innovations. Some of you might be coming back from some of the other video YouTube channels that we've had through Mud and Machined Apparel. But what we're going to do this year, and it's not actually this year yet, in the new year, we're actually still in December, but we're trying to prep some things for next year, and we're going to start doing things a little bit differently. And what I mean by that is we're no longer going to publish videos through Mud and through Machined Apparel. Everything is going to be done through Endless Innovations. So what that means is that when we start publishing new videos, what we're going to try to focus on are projects that we really want to work on ourselves. They might not necessarily be customer-related projects, and hopefully there's something educational in them, because we have been using the shop here quite a bit to bring people down, teach them about manufacturing techniques relative to engineered products and things like that. So we're trying to only focus on that for next year. And one of the other things that we're trying to spend a lot of time on is we do have a few core customers, clients that we are very loyal to, and they're loyal to us. So Endless Innovations is going to primarily focus on those particular customers, and then the rest of the time for Endless Innovations, we're going to use that as more of our video shop to walk through projects that are passionate to us. Something else that we're going to do next year, and it's going to be really new to us, is we're actually starting a new business, and it's a departure from what we typically do down here in the shop. It's still based on the 18 plus years of experience we have owning the shop and things we've done with the team of people, and it's the same cast of characters that we always rely on when we go out and venture into new territory. Myself, my wife Janine, and Chris and Gary. That has pretty much been the team that has started any of the projects or any of the companies that we have worked in and tried to grow. So this new departure into a different arena for us, we'll be talking a little bit more about that in upcoming videos, and we anticipate that company will be launched around April-ish. That's what we're shooting for. There's still a lot of work that has to be done because it is very different. Endless Innovations is not going anywhere. It's staying. Like I said, we have a core group of people that we do work for, and we're loyal to them, so we are going to continue to do work for them. But this new company is really based on the experiences and some of the things we've done in the past, and like I said, I won't get too much into it because we'll have more time later on. So one of the things we wanted to start doing here in the shop before the new year comes up is there are some things in the shop that we have to tidy up, things that have been neglected, just carrying out, doing the work that we do down here. And I thought they might be kind of cool videos to show you, just because it's something to build, it's something to make, it's something that kind of uses the skill sets that we have down here. So one of the things that we want to start with in kind of revamping and getting ready for the next year video season is this little Wilton sander here. It's a workhorse in the shop. It's a great sander. But one of the things that's happened to this sander probably about 5 or 6 months ago is that there's a tray that sits on here for the actual 12-inch disc. And the little pivots for that tray, which are little cast pieces that actually allow the tray to pivot, and this is the tray here. Let me grab it. So basically this is the tray here, and it sits in front of the vise, or in front of the sander, and it allows, the brackets allow this to pivot up and down. Well, those have recently broken, both of them. Like I said, they were just cast white metal. We've been using the sander without it, but as one of the things we wanted to do was go through and start to repair some of the things that we've broken over the years and just haven't had a chance to fix. I did go online to try to find replacement brackets for the sander. I found a couple aftermarket places, but those part numbers show up as obsolete on the website. And then I went on eBay and they had half the brackets. So what we're going to try to do is, instead of trying to find them and actually put cast ones back on there, we're going to spend the time and just reverse engineer the ones that we have, make new ones, and then again it gives an opportunity to kind of show some different machining techniques and reverse engineering the product. So that's the first thing we're going to start with. So what we're going to do is going to head back up front by the ferro arm, show you the brackets, and then start getting into actually laying them back out and then trying to figure out a way to make them. So we're going to head back up front. Alright guys, welcome back. So we're back up in the reverse engineering lab, and I've got the parts here. I'm going to show you the parts that we're going to be working with here. One of them I've already set up, but the other one I'll show you exactly what it is. So this is one of the receiving pieces. So as you can see, there's actually, I mean, these are the two broken pieces. It's just cast. You can see that it's just, you know, unfortunately just bad cast material and you know, years and years of use. And you can see it, you know, it started cracking down here where you'd expect to, and kind of the stress concentration area in the corners. It's got a running scale on there, and we'll figure out how we're going to deal with that later. So this is the one part that we're going to reverse engineer. Okay, the mating part to that is this here, and as you can see, it's got like a bevel cut in it, and that actually goes in and makes a receiver to this, and when these two are clamped together, they actually hold that piece from sliding through the actual arc. So this is the other receiving piece, and as you can see right in the crest here, right down dead nuts in the center where the V comes together, that's where it cracked, that's where it came apart. And again, it came apart on both of them. So, you know, it's just two pieces. Like I said, we tried to find them. The best we could do is find some used ones on eBay that were still cast, so we figured we were probably going to have the same problem. So what I did was, I already calibrated the ferro arm. This is the piece we're going to work with, and I already have it clamped in. I already aligned this piece, basically using the front face here as my X-plane, if you will, and then the center line, or the center point of this radius here as the origin for my part. So we have the DesignWorks add-in for SolidWorks for our ferro arm. So everything I start digitizing on this part, what it's going to do is just start making sketches in SolidWorks, creating the sketches on the sketch planes that we select, and then we'll start just modeling this part and getting the features that we need. So I'm going to start doing that, and we're going to start fast forwarding some of this as we move through it. So there we go. So here's the final piece. It's kind of similar to what we were trying to do. One thing we did, again, we're going to machine this piece, so a lot of the features that were on this piece here, some of the reliefs and things like that, and the draft and things like that for the casting, clearly we are not going to do any of that since we're going to machine this. One of the things that we are also going to go through and do is, right now, this kind of reflects this piece here, but since it was cast, it doesn't really accommodate machining very nicely. So we're going to go through here, massage this piece a little bit, get rid of some of these open areas, make sure we can get a standard tool through there, probably like a 1/2 inch end mill, so we can get through this material pretty quickly. One other thing we did is this angle face right here. We just made it a common 60-degree angle. That way we can just use a standard chamfering mill to get us our feature. And then on the receiving piece, maybe we'll change the offset a little bit on the tool to get a little bit of interference. So when they clamp together, they lock. But for the most part, this is that piece. And the next step is to get it into Mastercam, get some tool paths on it, figure out a machine we want to run it on, and then get this thing in motion here and get this piece done, and then we'll go on to the next piece and figure out how we're going to put some of the features on there, because that one's got some features that are a little more complicated to deal with since it's an internal V that's picking up this face here, but we'll come up with something. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next part for making these little clamps for the Wilton. We'll see you next time. Cheers.